Okay, a very warm good morning to everyone who is present in the meeting. Today is your first masterclass of your GTU AI internship. I will just quickly share my screen with you all. Okay. Welcome to AI ML GTU internship masterclass 1, which says Foundation of Agentic AI. I would welcome everyone in the meeting. Also, students, we have exceeded the limit of Zoom, which is 1,000 students. My teammate Anil is also forwarding the YouTube link on your WhatsApp groups. Please, if some of your friends have not been able to join, please forward that link to your friends so that they can also be able to watch the session on YouTube as well. Okay, before we start with today's session, there are some of the important announcements I need to address in this meeting, wherein the first and the foremost important announcement is please make sure you cannot change your domain ID once it is selected. That is artificial intelligence. If you have selected artificial intelligence, please make sure you continue your 2 weeks of internship in this domain only. Also, the second important announcement is please ensure to use the same email ID throughout the internship. Say, for example, if the email ID which you have used for your registration form, you need to maintain that email ID throughout all your deliverables. We have also sent you the welcome mail and offer letter on your register mail ID, the same mail ID that you have used for filling the registration form. Please check your spam folder, your promotions folder, your inboxes to get your offer letter and welcome mail. At the end of the sessions, we will be also providing recordings and resources document wherein we have curated all the resources in this Word document. I repeat, attendance is mandatory for in all the master classes because we will be sending all this attendance sheet to the GTU mentors. For that, I would request everyone to please attend all the master classes. In case of any emergency, say for example, is it a personal or medical emergency, what you can do is you can drop me a mail on my mail ID, which is rashika@csrbox.org, stating that, okay, I won't be able to attend the masterclass so and so because of your reason. That mail is a proof with myself that ये reason की वजह से बच्चों ने attend नहीं किया. Okay, so please make it a point to shoot a mail if you are not able to attend the master classes. The very next important announcement is this 2 weeks of internship is free of cost. You did not need to pay any single penny for that. Those students, those who have not received the offer letter, we have been continuously circulating the query form for the same. Wait for today's time. We will be also circulating the the offer letter form with you all by today end of the day. And by today end of the day, we will be closing the form responses as well. Also, make sure that you are a part of WhatsApp group of Artificial Intelligence GTU. There are total 4 groups. Please ensure that you are a part of any one group because we send daily updates. We send messages link on that WhatsApp group. So please ensure if you are not a part of that WhatsApp group, you can mail to me or you can directly text me that, ma'am, I am not in the WhatsApp group. Please send me the link of the WhatsApp group so that I can give you the link and you can join the WhatsApp communication channel. A very important slide for all of you. If you want to take a screenshot or maybe note down on your notepads, this is the timeline of your AI GTU internship 2 weeks, wherein the program orientation happened on Wednesday, that is of 2nd of July. Today is the first masterclass, which is on 4th of July. The timings of all the masterclasses are same, starting from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The followed by masterclass 2, 3, 4, 5. And lastly, your mentoring session will be there. It will be either scheduled on 15th or 16th of July, which will be on Wednesday. The timings of the same, the timings of the session will be the same. Please take a screenshot of this slide. It will help you to give you a the gist of the sessions. So, for today's masterclass, as I have already mentioned in the orientation session, the speaker of today's masterclass is Amit Tiwari. Amit Tiwari is an entrepreneur specializing in AI consultancy. He holds a bachelor's degree in electronics with specialization in artificial intelligence. He has a diverse career spanning digital marketing and the hospitality sector. He has taken more than 250 plus master classes and trained more than 15,000 plus students pan India. He also served as a guest lecturer in numerous colleges across the country. So we welcome Amit sir in today's masterclass. Over to you, Amit sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Rashika, for the lovely introduction. Hello, everyone. Very good morning to everyone. It's beautiful weather in Gujarat nowadays. I hope that you are also enjoying the rainy season. Let's get started with today's masterclass, which is about agentic AI. So, we have been talking about artificial intelligence for the last 4 to 5 years. And this year, particularly the year 2025 and the year that was before 2024, have been termed as the year of agentic AI. Right. So I was recently listening to a podcast where it was the Super Data Science podcast, which I regularly follow. Um, they were saying that 2 years back in 2023 and 2024, we were hearing more about prompt engineering and the roles and the jobs in prompt engineering. And now we are hearing more about agentic AI, creating AI agents. How can we be equipped with all these skills so that we can be ready for the job market and the business market ahead? So let's start with all of you amazing people, those who have joined with me either on Zoom or on call. I'm sharing all these slides that I have made particularly for you. So yeah, I hope that my screen is being shared. I am just going to the slideshow, and that would be here. All right, I hope that you can see my screen, which is what is an AI agent. So let's start with the definition of AI agent. I will not waste time in making you understand what artificial intelligence is. I think we are very past ahead the basic definitions of artificial intelligence. Some way or the other, you have learned AI, or you have been using all these AI tools that are there in the market. Probably you must have used ChatGPT or Gemini or Anthropic or whatever AI tool that you might have used in your day-to-day life for doing some assignments or doing some other tasks. That's why I will not introduce you to artificial intelligence, but I will introduce you to the latest trend that is happening in the technology world right now and the hotshot jobs that are going to be in the market in the year 2025 and the year to follow is in agentic AI and how to make an AI agent. So let's tackle with the first definition of AI agent. What is an AI agent is and what can it do? So a AI agent is a system or a program that is capable of autonomously performing tasks on the behalf of a user or another system by designing its workflow and using available tools. So this is the formula or the basic definition of AI agent. Basically, it is a artificial brain that can perform certain tasks autonomously without any human intervention. So let's say that you use all these tools in your day-to-day life, right? So you use ChatGPT to write your emails, you use ChatGPT to do assignments for you, you use Gemini to design all these beautiful pictures for you. Let's say that the AI not only just generates everything, but it also makes a decision on your behalf. Let's say that you receive some email and your the AI or the chat GPT, it understands that you have received the email, it writes a response to that email and automatically sends that email to the user, right? So it will save a lot of time for you. The way that we used AI tools in the past in 2023 and 2024 was we were using these tools to generate us something, and then we are copying it from that generated whatever material we generate, whether it was text or image or video, and then we were copying it and then we were using it somewhere, let's say to send an email, right? So AI agent does everything automatically. So in this whole internship, we will learn how to design our own AI agents from scratch by either drag and drop tools or by programming. So I will cover both of the things. For those who are good in programming, they will be understanding what is there in programming, and for those who are not very good in programming, they will also use drag and drop tools to design their own AI agents. So by this internship, we will be designing our own AI agents and these agentic AI and these powerful systems which will work for us. And we are not working with AI tools, but AI is working for us. That's the main idea behind this whole internship. More of the practical will happen. Theory, I will cover whatever needs to be covered. And I need your support, your enthusiasm, and your participation in the chat box whenever I ask you to. So that's the only thing that I require. So let's start. So, what is the difference between AI system and AI agent? We have been talking about AI a lot in today's world, right? So there are AI systems like ChatGPT, like Gemini, and all these things, and then there are AI agents. So a simple AI system has these functionalities. So let's say that you want to go from Ahmedabad to Goa, let's say, for a trip, right? So if you want to use AI for this, the previous or the earlier version of an AI was that you will ask ChatGPT that I want to go from Ahmedabad to Goa. Can you list me some flights that are there from Ahmedabad to Goa? Now ChatGPT will go on the web, it will search for all the flights, and it will tell me that these are the flights that go from Ahmedabad to Goa. You can take any flight. Then you ask ChatGPT what are the hotels that I can live in, right? And it will suggest you some hotel. And then you also summarize that what I want to do. Like you book a ticket on this day, you go to Goa for on this day, and for this date to this date, you stay in Goa. Whatever you want to do in Goa, it will give you the information. It will only give you instruction to follow, right? The task had to be done by you. Like I had to go in an Indigo site and book my flight. I had to go in a hotel site and book my flight, right? So AI was more of generating this content. So a simple AI system only generates the content. It only predicts something or it only retrieves some information. A AI agent, what it will do is if you make a AI agent for the same problem, so suppose you want to go from Ahmedabad to Goa, what it will do is it will book your train tickets, it will book your flight tickets, it will book your hotels autonomously on the base of input that you will give to it, and it will update your calendar, and it will give you a reminder that on this day you will have to catch a flight, on this day you will land on Goa, on this day you will be at a hotel, on this time you have to go to a restaurant, on this time you can enjoy some activities in Goa, whatever that there are. So from a system which just is giving information or which just is generating some content, a AI agent is not just generating the content, it is also making these decisions on your behalf. Right. So this is where the world is moving into, where we will use AI as a brain in our systems to make some decisions that we used to make before. And that's really, really powerful. And the demand for people who can create AI agents from scratch is huge, even for those people who don't understand anything about large language model. We don't even want to care about what goes into ChatGPT. Although for people those who know how ChatGPT is made, it's always advantageous. But even if you don't know, if you know how to call some APIs or use some AI tools to make these AI agents, it's a huge market gap that is there in the world right now. So let's dive in, let's create our own AI agents and see how we can upgrade our skill to be ready for the job market that is there. All right, so what is an AI agent? So AI agent basically follows these steps. So we have a UI or user interface, which is our AI agent, which gets triggered by some activity that we do. There is a language model, which is a large language model, just like ChatGPT, Gemini, Anthropic's Claude, whatever generation tool that you use are a large language model. So you interact with this AI agent using natural language, and this large language model understands this natural language, and it generates and it does some tasks when you give it some instruction. Okay, so I will make it clear in my following slides. So why create an AI agent? You say that, sir, I am good with ChatGPT advising me things and I can book my own flights and all these things, right? So what are the limitations of a simple AI system or a large language model or a ChatGPT or a Gemini for that example? So these generative AI tools are very powerful, although they are not doing our task autonomously, but still they are very useful and very powerful, and we will be calling their API only to do to make our AI agents. So a large language model or a chat GPT actually is the limitation of them is that they are linear in nature. They have a start where you interact with a chat GPT. Let's say that I want to write an email to email reply to the email that I have got. So what I do is I will copy my email from my inbox, and I will say that write a reply to this email in a very professional tone or whatever way I want to engineer my prompt. And then this will go to my large language model, and there will be some end, which is the response that I will get from a large language model. The limitation are that it will not have access to tools. So I can only ask it for flights. It will not have access to book my flights, right? It will not have access to the Indigo site, and then it can book my flights from there automatically. It will not interact with external context, right? So let's say that I have a Google sheet where I have written my whole schedule. So it will not interact with that Google Sheet, and it will not fill that Google Sheet automatically. Although there are options in large language model where I can upload this Google Sheet and it can understand from there, but it cannot write or make changes to that Google Sheet directly. It will give you a different Google Sheet which you can upload. That's a workaround, a way around. And it does not have multi-step workflow. Right, it cannot decide things on your behalf. Let's say that um, if I want to go from Ahmedabad to Goa, and there is one flight, I don't want to have a connecting flight, right? So it cannot decide that it has to book you a flight which is non-connecting, right? So there is no multi-step workflows. It only follows a linear flow, which you will have clarity when I will explain about multi-step workflows. So many LLM applications, they use a control flow, which is a linear flow. So there are steps that they follow. So step one, then there is a LLM in between, and then there is a step two, and then there is a LLM in between, and then there is step three. Like you talk with a agent, right? Let's say that I talk to ChatGPT and I say hi. So ChatGPT replies that, hi, how are you doing? How can I help you today? That's step one. So step two is that I will feed some input. I say that book me a flight. Can you suggest me flights from Ahmedabad to Goa? And it will suggest you some flights and then give you links. So this is a stepwise flow, right? It's also called a chain flow. So it has a start and it goes to step one, and then there is a LLM which makes some decision or generates some content. It goes to step two, and then it generates a content. It goes to step three, and it follows a series of steps, and then there is a end to this flow. Okay. So whenever you invoke an agent or this type of large language model, they will always have a stepwise flow. They will not deviate from this step. So how a workflow of an AI agent differs from this? So a AI agent has a multi-step workflow. So it has a start. So you give some instruction or you give some trigger for this AI agent to start. So let's say that I fill up a form for my journey from Ahmedabad to Goa, and I describe what kind of experience that I want to have in Goa. So that's a trigger. When I click on submit, that's a trigger. It goes to large language model. Large language model understands what I need. It categorizes my needs into different steps, and all these different steps, they it follows all these different steps, and finally it gives me the required result. This will become clear when we go into practicals. Okay, so theory and practicals always will supplement with each other. When I whatever I am making clear in theory will supplement in practical, and whenever you have any doubt, then that practical will supplement whatever I have taught in theory. So even if you are not understanding anything right now, you will be understanding everything when we will be designing our own AI agents. So there are two types of flows. So there is a fixed flow and then there is a agentic flow. In a fixed flow, there are fixed type of steps that a agent will follow, and then there is no decision making by agent in this process. And in an agentic flow, the large language model or the brain of this agent is making some decision. Okay, so let's take an example to understand this. So let's say that there. Okay, so I will explain this example when we talk about like multi-step agents, which is I think Masterclass 2. But so there are two types of agent. One is a fixed flow agent where we decide the flow, where you decide the flow, what are the steps that need to be followed, and then there is a agentic flow where the agent decides what step to follow. So let's say that I want to create an agent which automatically replies to my email, right? So the steps in this would be step one: take the email from my inbox. LLM will write a reply to that email. Step two will be send that email to the person that has sent me an email. Very simple. There are certain steps. LLM is only generating content here, not deciding what to do. Okay. So second step can be a agentic flow can be that first step is get the email from my inbox. LLM decides whether the email is professional or personal. If it is professional, it is replying. If it is personal, it is sending me a message that I have received an email which is a personal email in my chat, in my inbox. You write an email, you write a reply to that person. Okay, so agentic flow is LLM is deciding. So it is deciding whether the email is a professional or a personal email. If it is professional, it is following step one, which is that it is sending an email to that person. If it is not professional or personal, it is sending a message to me that I have received this message from this person. You can reply to that person yourself. So that can be a difference between a fixed flow and agentic flow. Both of the agents we will design in this internship. Today we will start with the fixed flow agents, baby steps, and then later on we will design complex agents where a large language model is making different kind of decisions. The only thing that you require to design agents is an open mind and curiosity and a lot of creativity. That's it. You don't need to have good programming proficiency or anything else. You just need to have creativity and the problem solving skill. You need to identify the problem and solve that problem. So let's jump in. So there are two types of agents. So one is a router agent and one is a fully autonomous agent. Okay, so in a router agent, what we do is we decide the steps that the large language model will take after a decision. So let's say that we decide that large language model uh, uses its brain or uses its artificial intelligence capability to filter an email into personal or professional. And if personal, do this. If professional, do this. Okay, this is a router based agent where we decide the control of the agent. So we have more control in this case. Agent has less control. Okay, a fully autonomous agent decides the steps also by itself. So it decides that okay, if this is a professional email, then what I need to do also is being decided by the agent only, right? So agent is deciding whether to reply or not. If it is a personal email, agent is deciding whether to send me a mail or whether to reply on its own. I am not deciding the steps here. Okay, so two types of agents. One is a router based agent where the agent has less control, and a fully autonomous agent where the agent has more control. There is a catch in control. Like if we have a if we have an agent which has less control, then its reliability is higher because we will expect the output that we want from the agent, right? Because we have designed it, we have designed the workflow. If it is fully autonomous, we don't know how much reliable it is because we right now have not reached to a stage where we are designing these amazing um, mm, what do you call artificial general intelligence, which is kind of like up to a human level intelligence. We don't have that kind of capability, so we don't know what kind of decision my agent will make if it is fully autonomous. Okay, so reliability versus control will be always there. If we give more control to our agent, it will be less reliable. If we give less control to our agent, it will be more reliable. So the idea is to be somewhere in between, be more reliable also and give more control to our agent also. So both things is what we will explore in the class. So the main idea behind every agent is it uses a large language model as a brain. Now you will say, what is a large language model? So large language model, let's say it is in a very simple language, something like ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is a large language model. It can make decisions on the base of the input that it gets, right? So if you ask ChatGPT what is who is a better cricketer, let's say Sachin Tendulkar or Prithvi Shaw. I'm just giving a random example, and a large language model will be able to decide on the base of their stats that Sachin Tendulkar is a better cricketer, right? So, because it has the language capability, it has the knowledge to make these decisions. It also has the data to make these decisions, right? So, we will use something just like ChatGPT or Gemini as a large language model to make some decisions following some steps, and we will follow all these steps like step one, and the large language model after that step takes a decision, it gives a feedback if it is there, and then we move on to step two, and then there is an end. Now, before moving into practical, one more theory concept that I want to explore is there are two types of agent. One is a reflex agent, which is a simple agent. So there is a start, a trigger, there is a large language model that generates something, and there is an end which completes the task. Okay. And then there is complex agent, which has a start, which is a trigger. LLM or large language model decides which part to go on the base of the trigger, and then there is a end to this whole flow. There is a task completion, right? So we will design complex agent in our next masterclass, which will give more capabilities to our agent. In this masterclass, we will design reflex agents. Okay. So let's get our hands on. If you are working on a laptop, that's very good. If you are on a phone, switch to a laptop also. Keep your phone in front of you and go to a laptop so that you can start designing your own AI agents. Okay. So today we will start with creating a simple reflex agent. Okay. So we will design a agent that is a automatic email replying agent. Okay, so it goes to my inbox, reads email from my inbox. The large language model which we use here is ChatGPT. It will write a reply to that email, and it will save it as a draft, or it will send automatically the reply. Okay, I will not advise you to make the agent to send the reply directly, because if you forget to turn this off, it will automatically send replies to all the people that are mailing you. So if that is the agent that you want to create, then that's fine. But let's keep it like this, that whenever we are receiving an email, it is automatically reading my email, it is writing a reply to that email, and then it is saving it in my email draft. Not, it is not generating it in the chat gpt thing, it is automatically completing my task of creating a draft in my email, in my gmail, and saving it as a draft, or sending it to the person. Okay, so let's see. All right, so I am really excited to get you started in this journey of creating a simple reflex agent. And we are doing it first by no code method, by drag and drop method, by the available open source tools that we have. And then in the second half, we will do it by code. So both of the people, those who, and the code will be also very simple. Even if you have never coded in your life, I'm very sure that you will be able to create an AI agent by the end of this workshop. Okay. So let's start creating a simple reflex agent without code. The idea is to create an automatic email replier. So let's say that I am a business person, very busy in my work. I cannot read any mail and cannot write a reply to everyone who sends me a mail. So I need an AI agent in this. And I am designing this AI agent that reads my mail, understands who I am, replies to all of my clients. My clients are also happy, and I am also replying them on time. Right. So this is solving some problem of my life. So whatever AI agents that you are designing, they should solve some problem or they should provide some entertainment, right? So there is no point in designing an agent that doesn't solve a problem or doesn't provide any entertainment, right? Okay, so let's start creating this. So how to create this? So I have been researching on different platforms and which platform is the best to work or start creating an agent with. And I believe that I have found relay.app as one of the best platforms. Though there are Zapier, there is N8N, there are different platforms in which we can create agentic AI. There is also IBM Orchestrate, which we will explore later on. But to begin with, to start our journey of creating AI agents, I think this app has a more less of a learning curve, and anyone can learn this app. So let's start creating our AI agent. So what I will do is I will go to my browser, which you will also do along with me. I will type in relay app. Okay, so type in RELAY and APP. And the first link that you see here, relay.app, and it says that create AI agents that work for you. So this has not many capabilities, but it is very good with what it does. And I have explored that this is one of the best to start designing your agents from. So relay.app. So we will go inside this relay.app and we will log in. Okay. And we can also click on start for free. So let's click on start for free. And it will ask you to log in with your Google account. Okay, so start for free, sign up with Google. Okay, one more time for the people, those who are lagging behind. So go to your browser, type in Relay app, go to this link that says relay.app and sign in with your Google account. Okay, so click on sign up for free, which looks like this, start for free, and then go to sign up with Google. Okay, and use your email ID to sign up. So I am using my college email ID, and you will have to provide some password. So for password for your user ID. Okay, I hope I remember. Okay, yeah. So you click on continue, and so I already have an account, but I'm signing with an ID which I don't have account, so that you also see the same thing that I'm seeing. Okay, and it will show you a relay screen which looks like this. So first we will do it with drag and drop, and then we will go for coding where we will design our own AI agent. All right. So a lot of people, I think, are uh, logging in on Relay, and I hope that their platform supports this login. So let's see if it logs me in. We are around thousand plus people. So uh, I hope their servers don't crash. I don't think that it's a very big company right now, but whatever they do, they are doing it really nice. So let's be patient with this and reload. All right, in the chat box, can you let me know if you have logged into Relay? So just send logged in, or just send yes and all this message, whatever you want, so that I know how many people have actually logged in. So in your chat box, just send yes, logged in, whatever you want to tell. Okay, Kruti has logged in. Very good. Ram has logged in. Meet has logged in. Chanel has logged in. Ashit has logged in. Very nice. Krish has logged in. Vallavi has, so it's only stuck for me only, I think. Logged in. Trishal has logged in. It's nice that you all have logged in. Thank you so much for replying, first of all, because that will set up the pace of this class, whether we want to move fast, whether we want to move slow. A lot of people are saying logged in, some people are saying not logged in, and that's fine. Well, it depends on uh, the servers of Relay, whether they can take this much traffic all at once or not. So it's a test for them also. They would not have also anticipated that we will flood them up with so much traffic. All right, so I will log in from an account that I already have. So let me just do that. All right. Still stuck. Let me check if my other account has been logged in, and still it's not. So let me check if I can log in with this account. I hope it doesn't block my IP because I'm trying to log in with 3 accounts. All right, so you should be seeing an option of help me build my first. Those who have logged in, those who are not able to log in, we will have some patience. I hope the website doesn't crash. And if this happens, then we will move to code-based agent first, and then let it run in the background, and then go to the this type of agent later on. Okay, so let's do the code-based agent first, so that we don't spend more time and finish everything on time. Because code-based agent won't stuck. So the agentic AI workflow would look like this, but let's build something with code. Okay, so to create a code-based agent, it's very simple. We will have some input as a text, and we will use again a large language model. In the previous agent, we were using um, ChatGPT as the API. Here we will use Gemini as API because it's free to use. ChatGPT you have to pay, but with Relay you are able to always create these ChatGPT responses for free. And then you have an output tweet. So basically what we are designing is we are designing a tweet creator which takes in some input text, and it sends this text to Gemini, and it generates some output tweet. Okay, so this is a simple Reflex agent that we are creating. It is not doing anything. It is not posting these tweets right now because we will have to call APIs and all for that. That will be a complex process. Right now, we are just creating an agent which takes in some text and it generates some output. This is the definition of a simple Reflex agent. Meanwhile, we will keep our Relay app loading. If it loads, very good. If it doesn't, we will continue with creating the coding based AI agent. Okay. So to create this coding based AI agent, what we will require is we will require the Gemini API. So what API is API is actually the full form of API is application programmable interface. So what if I want you to explain it in a very simple language, then I have an analogy that I always use. So let's say that you go to a restaurant and you ask for food from this restaurant, right? So the waiter, he gets the food from the kitchen and it gives the food to you, right? So waiter is not cooking the food, he is just serving the food to you. Okay. And the food that is being cooked is basically the application that you need. So think of API as the food, and waiter as a medium to call that food from the kitchen. Okay. So we will use Gemini. So Google has this Gemini API, which they have cooked, which they have stored in their servers, which is called Google's Gemini. And you can use Gemini from their user interface, which is a Gemini website, or you can use Gemini by calling it from the kitchen, right? So you use API to call it from the kitchen or the database, and you use it in your code. Okay, so this is a very simple analogy to use this. So what we will do is, if our relay app is not working, what we will do is we will go to Gemini. Google, I hope, is not crashing. So we'll go to Gemini and get the Gemini API keys from there. For that, you will have to go to this link. Okay, so https ai.google.dev. So I am just typing this in the chat, main chat, so that you can go to this link directly. Okay, so https and backslash ai dot google dot dev. You go to this site. Okay, so you click on this and you will be able to go to this site, which is ai.google.dev. And in this, you just log in. So I will go from an account where I have not created API keys, and that will show you the process. But I think I have added this to the slides also. So don't worry. Slideshow. Okay. So you go to this, you will see a site like this. And what you need to do is you just need to click explore models in Google AI Studio. Once you click this, you will see these two options: use Google AI Studio or build with Gemini API. Okay, so right now we are building an AI agent. So we will build with Gemini API. So I'm again following the steps that are there, which is you will go to this link, which I pasted in the chat. You will explore models in Google AI Studio. And then from there, you will build with Gemini API. So you will copy this API key. So you click on this get API key and you give the consent by checking these two marks and click on I accept. And it will give you option like this. You go and click on create API key here, and it will start generating your API key, and in the meanwhile it will give you your API key like this. Okay, so do not share your API keys with anyone. These are the secret keys that you and you only can use in your app. So if anyone has the access to these secret keys, they can always use your keys in your app, and you might be unnecessarily billed. So you copy these keys, go to a notepad and paste these keys there. Okay, so this is something gibberish that I have written. It's not an actual key, but you go to a notepad and paste your API keys there, because you will only see your API key once. Okay, so these are secret keys. You copy these API keys into a notepad, so you can always access that from there and save that notepad file. Okay, so again, the steps, repeating. So you go to ai.google.dev and you explore models in Google AI Studio. You click on build with Gemini API. You get the API key. You click on the consent and receive mails if you want to, and then click on create API key. Your API key will be generated. You copy this API key from here and paste it somewhere in the notepad. This is a very important step, because you will get your Gemini API key only once. It will show you only once. Okay, and then it will go away. So after creating this, what we will do is we will do some code to create our app. Okay, and this coding we will do in Google Colab, which is a very easy platform because you don't have to upload any or install any libraries there. Okay, so we will click on next browser tab and we will go to Google Colab. But before going to Google Colab, let me know in the chat box whether you have generated your AI Gemini API key and copied and pasted it into Notepad. Okay, so if you have generated, just type generated or done. Okay. Okay, so generation of API key is failed. For someone, Jagrat Trivedi is done. Meet Khatri is getting internal error. Some of you are getting internal error. You will have to generate it again. Okay. Priyanshu has generated the API key. Um, Artish has done. Khush has generated. Thank you so much for replying in the chat board so that I know where the problem is. If you would have not replied that the relay app was not working, I thought that it was just my problem. So we could always solve problems by having more interaction in the class. Okay, so if you are getting this message failed to generate API key, so you try again, and after trying again, it should be generated. Okay. So thank you so much. I think that more than 70% of the people have generated these API keys. Okay, so if it's asking you to select the project, you can always create a project there with any name. So let's say we write the name of the project, which is uh, let's say agentic AI, and then then you create in that. All right, so I see that more than 70% people have generated, and thank you so much for replying in this. Mahi is asking, it is asking me to select project. Yes, you should select, you can select any project. If you have a Google account before, then it will ask you for selecting. Otherwise, it will just generate the key right there and then. Yashvi is not able to generate, then please try again and it will be generated. All right. So if you have generated your AI API keys, then we will start some coding and it will not be a heavy coding. So we will go to Colab. So for going to Colab, write COLAB and you will see welcome to Colab, which is IDE, which is Integrated Development Environment by Google. Okay. So you click on welcome to Colab to go to this Colab link. Okay, and you create a new notebook. Okay, so when you go to Colab, if you already have a Colab, if you have worked with Colab, you know how to create a new notebook. So if you have not worked with Colab before, just go to Colab, log in with your Google ID and click on new notebook. Here we will code. Okay, it's very simple. Like even if you not know Python, you will be able to understand the code by English language itself. Okay, so it's not very difficult. So I will wait for you to open a collab and name this as Twitter agent. Okay, so we are designing a Twitter agent which is creating these tweets, which now Twitter is now X. So creating tweets for X, right? So it's a reflex agent, right? It will just take in some input and the large language model will generate something and then it will show that output to us. It will not make any decision right now. In the next masterclass, we will make agents which can take some decisions. Okay. So if you have got to collab, let me know in the chat box by typing collab, right? This time collab not done because you already have typed done. So I don't have any confusion in checking whether you uh, are into collab or not. So just type in collab. Thank you so much, Krishan. Thank you so much, Dhruv. Thank you so much, Heli, Devansh, Prem, Kushal for typing in collab and letting me know that you are in the right. So if I wish I was in person with you and doing this, but this is the most that we can do on online. This is the best. This is the most interaction. I can't even ask you to open your mics because then it will be like too much crowded. Everyone speaking at once. But thank you so much for those who are supporting me by just writing collab in the chat box. Thank you, Dhanpal, for the latest. Thank you so much, Sneh. And what we will do now is we will start coding. Okay, so to start coding, first of all, let's connect this so that click on connect here so that it connects to runtime environment. Basically, what it does is it is connecting it to CPUs and GPUs, which it requires for coding. right? So for processing, so just connect it to runtime environment. It will show you that a green tick it will show you. And let's write our first line of code. Okay, so the first line of code would be to install this Google's generative AI key. So what we will do is just install that, or we will just import it. I hope that it is already there. So import this Google dot generative AI as Gen AI. Okay, so what this code is doing is that there is a library that some scientist has made, which we are just using. So we are importing this library to generate content from Google. Okay, so import Google. So from Google library, I am using this generative AI, right? This is generative AI only. So I am importing this as Gen AI. Okay, and I will just press Command plus Enter, and it runs this code. So it imports this Gen AI library from my Google account, right? Google library. So now what I will do is I will make a variable here, API underscore key. Okay. So this, I should always store this API key in my environment variable. It should be a secret. Okay, so right now I am not doing this. I am showing you the easy way of doing this. What you want to do is you always hide your API key. So what you do is you make an environment variable and you call that by os.env variable, and then or you just use get pass library. So basically you need to hide this key. This is a secret key. Okay, right now what we are doing is we are just learning. So here itself we will write this API key, and because I can't see your API key, that also is fine. What I will do is I will share mine and I will delete it. Okay, so uh, I will go to my Google Chrome where I was logging in as so I'll also create my API key here. Wait, main chat, and I go to this. Explore models in Google AI Studio, login, get API key, create an API key, and Gemini API, and I create an API key in the existing project. I already have a project, so I will just copy this API key from here and then go back to my code, and in codes I will paste this. Okay. All right. So I'll paste this and I will just make this. It's okay. I will use this for this session. So even if you are using it, that doesn't matter. So you just um, type your API key, and you will just in your codes type in your API key and then use that. After this session, I will just delete this, but make sure that whatever API key that you are using your own API key and calling it from there. So after this session, I will just delete my API key. So make sure that whenever your API key is exposed to someone, make sure that you are deleting your API key so that nobody can misuse your API key to generate something, right? Okay, so the next code that we will write is we will write Gen AI, and which we imported here, right, as a Gen AI, and we will configure. So configure this API key, and we will write this API key variable, and which, so let's make this capital so that it is not confusing with the variables, and API key, I'm creating this variable here. Okay, so I run this code, and my genai.configure. So I am configuring my generative AI with this API key. So it takes in variable of an API key, and I am parsing this value of whatever API key that I have in this cell. Okay, very simple to understand, right? I imported some library which is called generative AI. That means that I am using generative AI, and then I am configuring it with my API key. I am giving this a key to use. Okay, so think it in this way. Okay, so now I will choose this model. So I will say model, and it will be, sorry, model will be Gen AI. Okay, Gen AI dot, and I will type this generative model, Gen AI dot generative model. What is my model that I want to choose? So Google has many models. Okay, so it has many models that to generate from, and the model that we will be using is model, and from models I will use this Gemini dash 1.5 dash flash model. Okay, so this is one of the models that they have trained. There is an option of pro model also, but because we are on the free plan, this is the model that will be there to generate our text. Okay, so we are using Gemini 1.5 flash. जैसे चैट जीपीटी के अलग अलग मॉडल होते हैं, राइट? 3.5, 4, 4.0, तो बस वही है, हमको मॉडल का नेम लेना है. Okay, so I'm using 1.5 flash because it is free to use, right? Now let's define our tweet generator. Okay, so I am making a function which I call as tweet generator. Okay, so I am defining tweet generator. Okay, and it will take my prompt as a input. Okay, so tweet generator, it takes my prompt as a input, and I, sorry, define like this. Okay, so I write define this function which I call as tweet generator, and it takes my prompt as input, right? So whatever prompt I type, it take that as input. So that much understanding you have, right? कि generative AI tools में आपको एक prompt देना होता है, और वो prompt लेके it generates the text, right? So I will define this tweet prompt inside this tweet underscore prompt. Okay, and I will define this tweet prompt as this. Okay, so first thing I will give is I will give a persona to this. So I say you are a very talented social media assistant. Okay, so assistant, write a tweet. So if I type fast, I don't know why my Mac doesn't support fast typing when I am on Zoom. Characters, it always gives me a warning and it doesn't let me do anything. 250 characters. Okay, so write a tweet of 250 characters. And in the next line, I am asking it to based on, so I am using this F string literal so that I can parse value in this. So this is what I'm doing to take the input from some text. Okay, so I say based on this prompt, and I use this prompt text here, right? तो जो भी prompt text मैं इस ट्वीट जनरेटर में डालूंगा, तो उसके बेस पे मुझे एक ट्वीट लिख के देना, ऐसा. ठीक है, सो आई एम ऑल्सो आस्किंग इट टू keep it short, creative, and use hashtags. Okay, so what I did was I defined my tweet generator. I defined this logic which is here. Okay, मैं वो दिखा देता हूँ कि वो logic क्या है. All right, so I defined this logic here for input, right? What I will take in input. So I am making this tweet generator prompt, which takes in my input text. Whatever input text that I type, it says to Gemini that you are a witty, you are a creative social media assistant. Write a tweet which is 280 characters maximum based on whatever prompt that you receive as input, and keep it short, creative, and use appropriate hashtag, right? So I am asking Gemini to do some task for me. So this agent is, I am instructing this agent to do some task for me, whatever input that it gets. Okay. Now, after I define this, I will generate a response, right? I will need a response to be generated. So I am taking a response, and in this, I will call this model dot generate content. Okay. So I am asking whatever model I am using to generate content for me on the base of my tweet prompt. Okay. And I am saving this as a tweet. Those who don't know programming, I think this much understanding um, is good. Otherwise, if you are facing any problem, let me know. I will repeat that code. Okay, so I will make you understand what is happening inside that code. So response dot I need text, and I need it in a strip format, and I'm saving this as my tweet. So basically what I'm doing is I am writing my prompt, and this process, by the way, is called prompt engineering. I am engineering my prompt, right? So I'm saying you are a very talented social media assistant. Write a tweet which should be 250 character text based on this prompt, whatever prompt that I have given. Keep it short, creative, and use hashtags for this. Okay. And I go to response, and I take this whatever response that my chat gpt sorry, Gemini generates inside this response variable, and I save this into a tweet. So I create a variable called tweet, and I take in this text strip inside this tweet variable. Okay, this much what I have done till now. And I can also create a logic, and then what I say is I say return and tweet. Okay, so after this, return this tweet, right? So take this prompt, on the base of this prompt, generate me a response, save it in a tweet, and then return this tweet. That is what I need to do. And I just press this run code. Okay, that's it. I have defined the brain of my uh, agent now, right? This brain of this agent, what it does is whatever input that it takes as a prompt text, it gives this as an instruction to Gemini, and ask it to generate a response to this instruction. Okay. And now let's create uh, uh, a method to run this agent. Okay. So now I start coding. So while true. Okay. So if while true is a loop, basically, whenever the value of this loop is true, then it will always run. Okay. So I take this prompt text as an input. Okay. Sorry. Prompt. I take this prompt as an input. So I call this input class. And inside this input, I will type in enter the prompt for tweet. Okay. I can also make a simple instruction whether to quit this discussion. Okay. So I say exit to quit. So either enter the prompt for tweet or type exit to quit. So if I'm checking whether the person is typing in exit or not. So let me just create a simple instruction for that also. So if prompt dot lower is equal to exit, then print exiting. Okay. And after that, you break from this loop. So why I'm doing this is to create a break from this loop. If I type exit, then I don't have to like enter the prompt again and again, and it just stops uh, taking instruction. But till it takes instruction, I will generate this tweet. So I will call this tweet, and I will call this tweet generator, which is my function which I created here. And inside this, I will pass this prompt. Okay. And I print this tweet. Okay. Print this generated tweet is, and comma, you print this tweet in a new line. All right. So this is the whole code. That's all what you have to code to design your first Reflex agent, right? If I and make you understand again the code, so you type in your API key, which you should always keep secret. You should not use it. You should not display it in public, where other people will just use your API to generate content. That's it. That's the security reason why to keep it safe. Import this generative AI tool as GenAI from Google library. Then we configure it with our API key. Then we select the model that we want it to generate from, and we define our tweet generator, which takes in this prompt text, which we will engineer. And our tweet prompt is that we are telling this Gemini to be a very talented social media assistant and write a tweet based on the prompt what it has entered. Keep it short, creative, and use hashtag. And use save this tweet, whatever it is generating, in a response, and call this in a tweet variable, which is response.text.strip. So it is taking the response in a tweet variable. And then again, you are calling this tweet generator prompt, and you are whatever it is returning, this tweet it is returning, you are taking this here. So if I run this, it will ask me to enter a prompt to write me a tweet. Okay. So let me ask it to write me a tweet on my recent AI class. Okay, so it is just a reflex agent. Whatever input I will give, it will take my input and it will generate. So it says here, generated tweet is just finished my AI class. My brain is buzzing with algorithm and possibilities. So much to learn, so much to build. And it is giving me hashtag AI class, hashtag artificial intelligence, machine learning, future is now, whatever hashtags that it is giving. And unless I press exit, it will always ask me to enter the prompt to tweet. Let's generate one more tweet. So let me type generate tweet for rainy day. Okay. And it is giving me some error because it is taking too many requests. Let me ask generate tweet for. All right, so I think that my API is being used somewhere else and my resource has been exhausted. I think you have, some of you have copied what my API keys are. You had to paste your API keys, okay? So what I will do is I will create my API keys from there. You had to create your API key and you had to use your API key in this example. So what I'm doing is I'm deleting my free API key, which I should have not displayed. I should have used, but I had to teach, so I had to also display it there. So you use your own API key, and you will see that your Twitter agent will be writing different kinds of tweet. All right, so this is the first very simple Reflex agent that we were able to create, where we were able to instruct our agent with some particular input, and it is writing me a tweet. So what is happening here is this agent can only do one task, right? It can only write tweet. Is if you say hi to this, again it will write a tweet on the base of that prompt only. It will write a hi tweet. Right. So it is different from a large language model because it is not giving a general purpose reply, because you have made this agent to only write tweet. So if you say how are you doing, it will write a tweet on how are you doing. It will not reply to how are you doing. Right. So that's the difference between this agent and um, other. Right. So a lot of people are asking that they don't understand coding. So there is nothing to be to be understanding in this. This code you can also generate with the help of Chat GPT. You ask that, okay, generate me a code that writes me a tweet. I am using Google AI's API, and then you just have to put in your API key. I wish that I had not uh, been stuck with the relay thing, and we should have always taken the drag and drop thing first and then going for coding. But this is how we have fared today. So I hope that if you have generated your own code and if you have got your tweet, then let me know in the comments so that we can move on to the next section, which is the drag and drop way, if my relay app is working now. Okay, so I hope that my relay app is now working and it is letting me in. Yes. Okay, so it is working for me now. So let me know in the comments now if your collab is done so that I don't display your collab. So let's just say coding done, okay, or tweet generated or something like that. Thank you so much, Atul. Thank you so much, Krish, that your AI agent is working, which you have created a very, very simple agent, right? Thank you so much, Divi, for creating your first AI agent. So congratulations to everyone for creating a first AI agent. Although it was code based, some of you did not understand what was going on, but still you tried, still you generated. And that's the beauty of large language models and these things, that we don't have to learn a lot to do a lot of things from this, right? In our next sections, we will generate more sophisticated agents. So I will always follow two approach. One is coding based, one is no code based, which I was not able to do that because my relay app was not working. Now it is working and we all will create this agent. Uh, Kushal is saying that he's using his API key for the first time. He's also getting too many request error. I think it is happening because a lot of us are generating with API keys and collab at the same time, and Google is also crashing. It will always happen when a lot of people do it from a single point of contact, single point space. Like we are thousands of people, those who are using free APIs together to do this thing. I hope that it is not crashing. So if it is crashing, then also you try again, and I think it will work. Aditya has shared me his tweet also. So it's saying cozy rainy day vibe, sipping hot cocoa and watching the world blur. Perfect day for a good book and a warm blanket. And it's what's your rainy day ritual? And it's a hashtag is rainy day. Thank you so much, Aditya, for sharing this tweet for me. Um, and thank you so much, all those who have been sharing that their code is working. Rahul has also now. Okay, so let's revise the relay.app topic and how it is created. So let's go to relay.app and create a drag and drop. So if your code is generated, let's go for a no code solution. Okay, so what we were doing is we are creating a simple agent. Um, Sorry. We are creating a simple agent that can automatically reply to our emails. Okay, so because my relay is now working, so it should read my email, it should write a reply to my email, and it should save it as a draft. Okay, so this is the basic Reflex agent that I'm creating. All right, so I will go to my my relay app, which I see here, and I click on this new workflow. Okay, go to this new workflow option. Click on this new workflow option. Okay, it's stuck again. Oh God. Here. So click on this new workflow option, and when you click on this new workflow option, you will see how to create a new workflow. All right, I think we will have to wait a longer time for this to work. All right, can we do this? Can we stop doing this and I do this once and then you all try by your own so that it doesn't crash for me, right? So if it crashes for me, then I will not be able to teach. So can you just pause for a minute, close your Relay app so that I can have the access to this. And once I teach how to do it, you understand this and then do it for yourself. Okay, so just close your Relay app for now and let me get some of the bandwidth from this app. I'll just close all of my browsers that are there. And go to login. All right, so now this app has literally crashed and this is not working at all. All right, so no worries. What we will do is I will make a slide of the screenshots that I take, just like I made for the Google thing. And in my next section, I can teach you this how to create this app in Relay as well. It's a very simple drag and drop method, but right now we will not be able to do it because I think their app crashed. All right. So there are other tools also that we can use, but right now what we can do is because we don't have the API keys available to use, and this Relay app gives these API tools. Otherwise, we could have also used the Zapier, but for that we will have to have the paid API keys. It shouldn't have happened for them. I don't know why it is happening. Okay, got it. And click on new workflow. Yeah, so Okay, cool. So we have this workflow here. So this is how we will design our AI agent. So now this is drag and drop. What we will do is we will add a trigger. Okay, so a trigger is the start state of an agent, right? So um, what I will show in my slides is this. We are building this kind of reflex agent, right, which reads an email, replies to my email, and sends it automatically. Let's say I create an agent so that I can also show you how powerful agents can be created. So a trigger is a start state, so I add a trigger which reads my email, right? So I will type in read email. I'll go to my Gmail option here, and it says that I have received an email. Okay, so a trigger is run when I receive an email. I'll explain the steps one more time. I will delete this trigger. So a trigger is my start point. When should this agent start? Okay, so this agent should start when I add a trigger, and I add a trigger to my Gmail. Let's say that uh, whenever I receive an email, this trigger should start, right? And only trigger in the first email. So only trigger in the first email of the in the conversation, not all the emails. And what I will do is I will go to done. Okay. So whenever I receive an email, my agent will start working. Now, next step in this AI agent was to use a AI, right? So I will use a AI and I will prompt any AI model. So I will write, read the email you received. So let's tell who I am, right? So you are AI consultant working for um, IBM skills build program by CSR box. Okay, so you will type in that you are a student. Okay, write a reply to the email you received. Okay. I can also tell be professional. My name is Amit, and whatever details that you can give. I am not doing prompt engineering just to save time right now. Okay, so and I take this input from this email. Okay, so and write a reply to the email. What I can also use is I can use these variables that I receive by typing at the rate. So from this email, I am taking the body only. Okay, so I am taking the body, whatever email I have received in the body. I am reading that and be professional. My name is Amit and everything, and it should write a email. Okay, just reply with the body of email and not subject, right? Why I am doing this? Because I'm replying to an email, so I don't need to write in subject. Otherwise, ChatGPT will write in subject also, right? And I click on done. So my flow is like this. So this is called a workflow of the steps that an AI agent will do. So it will receive an email. It will write. We will write a prompt. So just like I was showing in my workflow here. So email is received. I will write a prompt to do what to do with this email. And then in the next step, I will send the email. Okay. So I will again type in send email. Okay. So I'll go to this Gmail and send email. Okay. I am directly sending it. Okay. So from Edson AI, which is my email ID, to whatever email address, which email address, which I have got in my previous step. So in my email, whoever I have received from, right? So जहां से मेरे को email आया है, I will take that as a to, राइट, जिससे ईमेल आया उसको ही भेजना है ना। तो टू दिस ईमेल, और आई कैन सेंड इट टू माई सेल्फ ऑल्सो, माई अदर ईमेल, राइट, कि मुझे जो भी ईमेल आया है वो मेरे को दूसरे ईमेल में उसका रिप्लाई भेज दो, वट एवर आई वॉन्ट टू डिजाइन एज अ वर्क फ्लो. सो राइट नाउ वट आई एम डिजाइनिंग इज कि जिसको जिसका भी मेल आया है, send the mail to that person. Okay, again, to wherever I have received this mail from. Okay, here I will add the subject. So subject I will add AI output. Okay, here I can uh, take in some structured data. So I can take in let's keep it simple only, so text only. So don't write subject. So subject जो है वो already है, तो पुराने मेल से टेक इन सब्जेक्ट. ओके, सो फ्रॉम द लास्ट मेल whatever that he has sent, add a subject to it, and body I will take from the AI output, whatever output I got from this prompt. Okay, so what I did, I received the email, I wrote a prompt I instructed this AI agent to write a reply to my agent email whatever I have received, send email. In the next step I send this email to whoever is sending me the email, whatever subject that he has sent, same thing, and the body of this text. Okay, and there are no attachment, there are no labels, and I will say done. Okay, now this is uh, what my AI agent is. Okay, now let's see if it is working or not. So I start a test run, and it's looking for email. My last email would be from Relay app itself. So I'll go to my Gmail and check what my email is. And okay, now last email is from Instagram. I don't know that it will be able to send mail to the Instagram. So it has retrieved this email, right? So इसने यहाँ से email लिया, last mail, new login attempt to Instagram, and whether I want to start the run for selected email or not. This is just a test run. I can do this or not. But what I want to do is I just want to keep it on right now. Okay, so it is turning on my trigger. Whenever I will receive an email, it will send a reply to this email automatically to that email. Okay, so let's try this. So I will go to my other email ID, and from this email ID, I will send myself an email. Okay. So I compose an email, and to my email which I'm using, which is and my subject is uh, test email. Hi Amit, uh, just to check with you how how your email is, wait, sorry, how your agent is doing. Okay, and regards, and my name. So I'm sending a mail to myself, and just to check with you how your agent is doing. And this is the mail that I'm sending. Now, whatever is happening, whatever process is happening, it's happening inside my AI agent. So it will read my email. Sorry. So it will read my email. It will write a reply. It will send it to me. Okay. So let's check if it is working or not. I'll go to my sent options. First of all, whether I have received the mail or not. Okay. Not received yet. Still not received. Waiting for the email to be received. Okay. Still not received. All right, let me check if it is sent or not. Yeah, it is sent. services@hetsanai.com. And I check my AI mail. Not receiving a mail. All right, maybe because I'm sending it from my. Yeah, got it. All right, so I have got an email from this person that is asking for at least provide notes or something, which is fine. It should work in this case also. All right, so uh, let's see if my agent has triggered this automatically, which is uh, inside my Hetsan AI, and here is my agent, and let me check if it is run or not. So it was never got triggered. So what I do is I will check for updates, and it should get triggered now. So I got an email from some person, and it says that at last provide nodes or something because implementation is not done because of server issue, and it should work on its own. So because of the server issue, it is not working. Otherwise, it should automatically run. Generally, it works for me. Like for the last 1 week, it had been sending all these emails and all. Right now, because a lot of people are logged in and the server is been crashing, it is not working. But generally, it is very quick, very instant, um, working, always on point. So Viraj has sent me image of what it has created, and he has got a test run, and it already has started this run and prompted and then sent email. So already this is completed. So it automatically runs this in the background, checks your email, and uh, does this. Run. Let me just start for a test run and see if, yeah. So this is what the email that I got, and for this, let's run for selected email. Let's just see if it is running or not. So it is triggering this test run. It has triggered this prompt, and it has sent me the mail. So if I go to my sent mails, then I have already sent this email. So it is saying, dear Doody, thank you for your email. I understand that server issues have delayed the implementation on your side. Attached, please find the relevant notes and documentation and clarification for additional support. Although it is not providing me any notes or documentation, but it just writes a very professional mail, understanding who I am, and it is saying best regards, and it is saying my name. Let me check one more time by triggering it from my personal email ID. Let me send a mail, compose to myself, and say hi there. Uh, Hi Amit, please reply if your agent is working. Okay, just let me send this, and in my sent I see here my mail is sent, and let me check in here if it is. So it has already completed. So without me doing anything, it has sent an email from Amit sir to here, and if I see here, I just sent a mail to myself, and this agent automatically writes reply. Dear, thank you for reaching out. Yes, our agent is working, active and working. Please let us know if you require any further assistance and all. So this is just a reflex agent. It is just taking some action, taking a quick action on the base of that input, and then replying with some output. And it is doing these things automatically. Who could have imagined that we would be able to design these amazing working agents which will automatically reply to our email in 2025, right? Like when I was studying in 2014, I would not have ever imagined that we would be doing all these amazing things with AI. But this is where AI has got us. And uh, then I think that you try it yourself and let me know if it is working for you, the agent. In the relay app, so steps are very simple. So you start with a trigger. Your trigger is when you receive an email, then you tweet a prompt that you write a reply to that email, and then you send the email to whatever person that you have received it from. And make sure that after you test it, you keep it off, otherwise it will always reply emails on your behalf. Let me know if you have achieved this and if it is working for you. That's it for today's masterclass. If you have any questions, you can just let me know in the chat box. And yeah, so the team will float attendance form, and you can just fill the attendance form and mark your attendance there. So if you are facing any difficulties, then let me know. A lot of people are replying with tweet generated. Thank you so much. For this. I will summarize all the steps that I did on relay one more time. On a lot of people have been asking me this. Okay, so let me just do this one more time. Okay, so what we are designing right now is called a workflow. And this workflow is a step-by-step workflow of a reflex agent. So it starts with a trigger. So a trigger is basically when I want my agent to be active, right? So I want my agent to be active when I receive an email. So let's say that I received the email, and then my agent should be active, and I click on done here. And what should I do after this is what is the next step? And I add a AI, and I prompt any model, and I type in that you are an AI consultant, and write a reply to the mail, and I take this mail from whatever I have replied from body in, and you describe how in a professional tone, okay, with details. My name is Amit Tiwari. Okay, so you can write any prompt. You can if you want to reply in a professional, you can write professional. If you want to reply in a friendly way, you can write it here friendly way, whatever you want to prompt this. And then you say done. And after this, your workflow will go again to email, and there you will send an email, save as a draft, create a draft, add label, archive this email, forward this email, whatever you want to do. Here we just sent this email to, we took the address from the last email, and subject, we took it from the last email as well. And then in the body, we added the ChatGPT's AI's output, and then just click on done, and our email agent is created. And then when we publish, it will just work as required. All right. So if you were able, now I will just stop it. If you were able to create this AI agent, let me know. If you are facing any difficulty in code, let me know. Parth is asking what is N8N, and N8N is similar to what Relay is like. And it is also a agentic AI type of app. There is Zapier also. It's also there is make.com. A lot of tools are there. Some are free, some are not. I found Relay very simple to teach. That's why I used their platform. And similar, so the idea of creating these agents is similar all where. So all of these drag and drop platforms, N8N, Relay, Zapier, even IBM, which I will introduce in the next masterclass, where we will design our agentic AIs with IBM tools. We will have the similar type of workflow. All right, so my team will float the attendance sheet. Rashika, I request you to float the attendance sheet in the main chat so that the students can mark in their attendance. Make sure
Yes.
that you are completing the GLE or the courses in the IBM Skills Build platform. Um, mm, there. Nehan is saying that both ways working perfectly. Thank you so much for replying. Yashvardhan is saying that email sent. Thank you so much. I wish that all of your AI agents are working. Remember that you are switching off your email agent once you deploy it. Otherwise, it will always send email to people. The
Amit,
recording
I
of
have
this
some
session.
important announcements to make.
Yes.
So once you're done with the session, do let me know.
Sure, sure, sure. So
Yeah.
there is so Rashika will have some important announcement. So um, just do it right now because people will leave after
Okay.
7.
Okay. I'll just quickly share my screen. Yeah.
Should I just remove screen sharing?
Yes, yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay, in the meanwhile, ask me queries. I will reply as a text message.
Okay, so as mentioned by Amit, my teammate is also putting down the GLE link. This is when you will click on that link, this is the dashboard that will open on your screen, which says from learner to builder, become an AI agentic agent architect. When you will scroll down, this is the self-learning course number 1, which says getting started with artificial intelligence. In this you need to complete total 5 courses. The one which is mandatory is creditly account information. This is a 5 minute of course. You need to do it in order to get a certificate. When you scroll down, these are 3 mandatorily courses that you need to do in order to get the certificate of artificial intelligence, which is introduction to artificial intelligence, large language model basics, and the third is mastering the art of prompting. The fifth course is these are the 3 options. Apart all of these 3 options, you need to select any one course. So in self-learning course, which says getting started with artificial intelligence, you need to do a mandatorily 5 course. After the post completion of your course, this the certificate will look like this, which says this certificate is presented to your name will come, and getting started with artificial intelligence. So this is how your certificate would look like, and this is the badge you will get after the completion of this activity. When you will again scroll down, this is one student developer initiative course which says unleashing the power of AI agents. Here the duration is mentioned, which is 1 hour and 30 minutes. You need to go to this activity and you need to start I mean reading the modules. You just need to read the module, click on next. Post completing reading all the modules, there is a quiz of 5 questions that you have to do it in order to get this type of certificate. Once you complete the quiz, just wait for some time to get the certificate. And how you can download your certificate, the tutorial, I have already dumped the video on our resources and recording document. This is the self-learning course number 2, which says unleashing the power of AI agents. This is the self-learning course number 3, which is the rise of multi-agent system. Again, you need to follow the same process. Please click on go to activity, complete, read all the modules, give 5 questions quiz. After the question, you need to correct 3 out of 5 questions correctly. Post completion of your quiz, you will get this type of certificate which says your name and the name of the course, which is the rise of multi-agent system. When you complete all these 3 learning self-learning courses, you will get this type of certificate. This is a consolidated certificate which says that the student name, the certificate is presented to Sri Lakshmi Nair for the completion of uh, from learner to builder, become an AI agent architect. So at the end, we will be asking you to upload 4 certificates, wherein the 3 self-learning courses individual certificate, and this is the consolidated certificate. And students, those who have, I am also getting queries from very a number of students that they are not getting the certificate. Please, you need to wait for at least 24 hours to 48 hours, because when you complete the course, the backend team also checks that ठीक है ये बच्चे ने course कर दिया है, your everything is on the review mode. Just wait for some time, please be patient. We also have uploaded the videos how you can download your certificate from the link. And yeah, this is the some of the deadlines, wherein the deliverable 1, 2, and 3 deadline is already been mentioned on the screen, which is 10th of July 2025. Please complete all the courses before that, because after in the upcoming master classes, what is your project and how your project, how you can make your project, we will be also guiding you for the same. So this is all this self-learning courses is not more than 6 or 7 hours. Please take out time. Tomorrow there's a Saturday and Sunday. Please, weekends are also there, so please take out 6-7 hours and complete this course. Get the certificates handy with you. We will be also circulating the Google form for the same, wherein we will be asking you to upload the certificate and badge for our reference. Okay. So yeah, this is the important announcement. This is the attendance sheet, which has been already circulated on the chat box. I'll just quickly share how our attendance will look like. Okay, fine. My teammate Anil is also putting down the link of attendance sheet on the chat box as well. You can directly click on that link and you will be redirected to this page, which will ask you to enter some basic details, which says name of the student. Please use the same email ID that you have used for your registration form, because it will become easy for us to have a track of your progress throughout the 2 weeks of internship. Please use the same Gmail ID. Please mention your learning platform mail ID, if any. Enrollment number. Please put your college enrollment number, your contact number, your branch. You are in which semester? What is your branch code? What is your institute code? Please select the college from your drop-down menu list. And if the college is not on the list, I have also given the option of others. Please select that option. You can see one question here which says check your sponsoring organization on your learning platform. So I have been continuously receiving the queries from Wednesday that, ma'am, I have the sponsoring organization is not Sri Mahakal Education Trust Rajkot, but there are some other organization, sponsoring organization. So please, I would request everyone to fill this form and let us know what your sponsoring organization is on your platform. So it will help us to have a bit database with us कि ठीक है इतने बच्चों का श्री महाकाल एजुकेशन ट्रस्ट आ रहा है और इतने बच्चों का ओपन स्किल्स बिट या CSR बॉक्स आ रहा है. We will be sending this data to our backend, then and they will be getting the solution out of that. So it is mandatory for everyone to fill this question. And your sponsoring organization should be Shri Mahakal Education and Charitable Trust, Rajkot. If you have sponsoring organization, say for example, EduNet Foundation, so I have also given one options of other. Please click on others and then write whatever your sponsoring organization is there, and please rate today's masterclass. And if you have any queries with regards to your sponsoring organization, or the students, those who are attending the master classes but they are not added in the WhatsApp group, so you can also write in this query section, or you can directly message me on WhatsApp, or you can directly mail me, so that I can give you the link of your WhatsApp and you are added on the WhatsApp group, so that you get all the updates of the session. Also, my teammate is putting down the link of your resources and recordings. Just wait for some time to get the recordings and the deck that has been presented in today's masterclass. My teammate Anil is continuously putting down the attendance link. Students, please mark your today's attendance, because it is very crucial for everyone to mark your attendance, as we will be sending this data to your GTU mentors. If you have any doubt, any query, you can mail me, or you can just WhatsApp me on my mail ID and my contact number that has been already in the all the 4 groups of artificial intelligence. This is the question what I'm talking about. Please check your sponsoring organization should be Shri Mahakal Education and Charitable Trust, which is Rajkot. If you have other sponsoring organization, we would urge everyone to please write what your sponsoring organization says, because that will help us to get the data, and we will then will try to help you. Students, tomorrow is the weekend. Please make the maximum use out of that, and please complete the learning courses that has been given. Please check your WhatsApp for daily updates, wherein we are continuously floating the resources and recordings link, and the learning link, self-learning link, which has been also circulated in the WhatsApp group message. Just wait for some time for the recording and the deck that will be uploaded in next 1 hour maybe. And the students, those who didn't join, you can tell them to watch the recordings, and we were also live on YouTube, so they can watch the live recording of the session and they can fill the attendance form. Yes, I can see many of the students are filling the attendance form. Thank you so much. Our next masterclass is scheduled on Monday at 11 o'clock in the AM. I would request everyone, and would love to see everyone in the next masterclass, which is on Monday.